Welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports starring Kyle. Yeah, you thought you were going to get Robbie? Nope. He's not in this episode. Just me. So anyways, apparently today, Henry Cavill is not playing...
Anyway, minus the forget the Superman references. It's actually going to be On a Couch Talking Sports featuring just me, Robbie, coming into your house and into your home. Who needs Kyle? I mean, the dude doesn't even know anything really about sports anyway. And it's just kind of
and Firestorm completely disagrees with you, Robbie. Thank you. That was a distraction because I just wanted to get him the camera. He's grabbed my arm. Oh no!
No, thanks. And that's how you get rid of a co-host, folks. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, happy hump day. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I had a really good coffee ice cream, and that just really set my mood right up there, I gotta say.
Yeah. Shout out JP Lex in Wellesley. Providing the dynamite coffee ice cream for Kyle. Personally, I go with brownie batter, but
that's another
to each their own.
Classic.
So tonight, we want to talk about something that we've kind of touched on a little bit in the past. I feel like maybe a couple times, but we really want to go in depth on this topic.
I don't think we really made a full-blown episode of this.
Yeah, we've referenced it, but we haven't really gone fully in depth, and that is fantasy football. So both Kyle and I have fantasy football teams this year. Yeah,
that we do right here.
Yeah.
If you can see that, it's really blurry.
Yeah, I know, it's really small. And we're actually, and this is sort of where I want to kick off. No pun intended. Is that Kyle and I are actually. So I have 3 fantasy football teams total this year, and Kyle has 2. And one of each of our teams are actually in the same league that I'm the commissioner of, called Hard Hitters. And so I wanted to start with that league and sort of take a look at, like we're going to do for all of our teams, sort of our week 1 results and also who's on our team. So I'm gonna go first. So my team name. Also, we gotta talk about our team names too.
Oh yes, of course.
When you talk about fantasy football, you always gotta talk about the team name and what you came up with. So
it's gonna get nerdy on my end. But anyways, you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I did not want to do that. Sorry, momentary phone issue there. So my team name is Mr. Off the Couch. Yeah. So I'm kind of referencing our show here. You're gonna sort of see a pattern when it comes to a couple of my teams.
Spoiler alert: whenever Robbie checks his fantasy football, he's always on the couch
or in a chair. Yeah, but So my team had a pretty close Week 1 matchup in our league. My team did come out on top, so I was happy about that. My team won 103.94 to 100.04. Nice. So take that, Rivers Chicken Tendy. And on my team, just to give you an idea, some of the my starting lineup for this week, I had Cam Newton at quarterback. I had Keenan Allen at receiver. I had A.J. Green at receiver. I had Josh Gordon at receiver. That's right, Josh Gordon back for the Cleveland Browns. So I decided to give him a shot, put him in the starting line. But he actually went over his projected points this week, so I was happy about that. I've got Chris Thompson of the Redskins, running back. I've got Royce Freeman of the Broncos at running back. I've got Jack Doyle of the Indianapolis Colts, tight end. Pierre Garçon is my sort of wide receiver, running back, flex position.
Nice.
I've got, that's the same guy. I've got Jake Elliott as my kicker. He kicks for the Eagles. And I've got the Carolina defense.
Nice.
So just to give a quick recap, Cam Newton was projected to have 21.83 points and had 18.24. Keenan Allen was projected to have 11.4 points and had 16.8. AJ Green projected to have 12.08 and had 13.2.
That's not bad.
Excuse me. Josh Gordon was projected to have 7.6 and had 7.7. Thompson was projected to have 8.97 and had 18.8. Freeman was projected to have 12.31 but only had 7.1.
Oh.
Doyle was projected to have 6.25 and only had 4. Garcon, 7.32 projected, had 2.1. Elliott, the kicker, had 9.89 projected, 4 total. And then Carolina defense had 7.27 and 12 total. So it's kind of like a mix of over and underachievers for my week 1 victory, but I did get the victory. So
there you go. It was a close match, it looks like.
I'll take it. Now, Kyle, I know your team also had a bunch of success in week 1 in my league. So
in your league, yeah. I'm thinking of my other league.
No, we're in my league.
We'll get to the other league in a little bit.
In a minute, a few minutes. But why don't you talk about my league where you definitely had more success in your week 1 matchup.
So my team was, of course, what else? The Legion of Doom, which is a nice little DC reference, if any guys, that was this team of supervillains that would go against the Justice League. Anyways, so I always kind of had that little bad guy motif going on with both my teams. I'll get to my second team in a little bit. But, so for quarterback, I actually had, is it Alan Smith? Alexander? I can't even, hold on.
Oh, Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, yeah.
For the now the Washington Redskins.
For the Redskins. I was really happy I got him. So I'll be completely honest, just a little pretext here. I actually did auto draft for this team, so I didn't really have...
So did I, actually.
Yeah.
It's my own league, so it's kind of sad, but
boom, that's
hey,
okay.
Go for it.
We got this.
Yeah.
But it seemed to fare well for both of us because,
we got week 1 wins.
Yeah, right?
There you go.
It's a plus side there. I actually had this guy on my team in my other league last year, and he actually was pretty good. He was actually my backup quarterback, but he fared pretty well. I put him when Russell Wilson, who was the quarterback of he's always the quarterback of my league, and this year he did pretty well again. He scored 19.6 with a projected of 16.9, so that was not bad.
Wow, 19.6 with 16.9 projected.
Yeah,
kind of like flip the numbers there.
I know, right? Oh yeah, that's wild. That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Leave it to me to pick up on something like that.
No, actually, yeah, I didn't even. Wow, I'm glad you mentioned that. Actually, the other one was Tom. Sorry, I gotta get the Wi-Fi over here. My bad. My phone's kind of like it's not always the best in picking up signals. There. Hold on, I can
pull up on my phone if need be.
Oh, it's all good. Oh, well, I had Michael Thomas, who actually he was the best scoring one of the whole team. He was only projected to have 12.47. He had 22 points, this guy.
Wow, good job, Michael Thomas.
He had a hell of a good game, so yeah I got to give him all credit for that. Evans also had a really good game. He was the second best scoring on the whole team. I think these three, Smith, Thomas, and Evans, they just literally, if it weren't for them, my team would have won, I don't think so. They really carried the team. Evans actually got 20.7. And he was only projected to win almost 10 points, so yeah.
There you go.
Love it. So Hogan didn't fare quite as well. He was supposed to win 10 points, but he only got about 1.1.
Is that Chris Hogan of the Patriots?
Chris Hogan, yeah.
Killing me, Chris Hogan.
I know,
Come
right?
on, man.
You're better than that.
Do your job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly. You're way better than that. And then I had Collins, who he did okay. he got he got almost 6 points. And then Williams got about almost 5 points. So they were okay. They were a little underachieving, but you know what? It's the first week. I get it. I'm not going to hold it against them. And then Williams only got, let's see, 4. So I had, I'm sorry. So I'll say their full names. So I had Alex Collins, who got the 5 points. Then who else did I have? Jamal Williams. He got 4.7. And then David, I don't know if I can pronounce your name right. I'm sorry.
David Njoku?
Njoku, I think.
Yeah, looks like David Njoku.
If I pronounced it wrong, I'm so sorry.
I really don't think David Njoku is watching this.
Yeah, probably not.
Is watching the show.
But he actually...
Wait, hold on. Hello? Oh, never mind.
No. So he actually got injured during the game, temporarily. Like apparently he's healthy now, but he got injured, which kind of set back his performance a little bit. But hey, what are you gonna do?
How dare you get injured?
Yeah, seriously, what are you
Come
being? Oh my goodness.
What's this, football?
What's this, football? Yeah, right. And then, of course, last but not least was Mike Williams, who he did pretty well. He held his own. He got an 8.10 with a projected of 7.24, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. And the rest of the teams, I'm looking at my bench. The only
why they're on your bench.
Exactly. Okay, chose wisely. The only one I feel like I actually probably should have put in
Hyde
was Carlos Hyde. And he's actually on my other team, and he did pretty well. I think he's going to be a pretty good player this season because I had him on my team last year of the hard hitters.
Wow,
so.
you're like a pretty big Carlos Hyde fanatic, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. This year it's funny. I had him. I traded him actually. I found him because I had him on my other team, and one of the people that the auto drafted was out. So for the rest of the season, so I'm like, well, I got to find someone to replace him, another running back. So I found Hyde. I'm like, all right, done. You're in. I need a good running back. So he was pretty good. I think I might actually put him in next week. So yeah. I think he's got potential this year. And of course, Sukup did a great job as a kicker. He was actually on my team last year. With kickers, I have like 1 or 2 I usually use a year. So, yep. Yeah, he did a pretty solid job with 11 points. And, of course, the New Orleans defense. Let's talk about them for a second. They're lucky I didn't kick their butts into all the way back to New Orleans because they gave me a -4. Negative 4.
They kind of had a rough week from what I remember.
Yeah, -4 rough. But that's okay. I'll keep you for now. But if we get any more negatives...
But you got the win.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what was the final score of your Week 1 matchup? I forget if you mentioned that.
So the final score of the matchup, let me see. I'm going to do the versus part of it here. Let's see. It was 90.4 against 82.6. So.
Oh, not bad. Very close. Yeah. Another close matchup.
It was fine. Yeah. Can't complain. No, I complained a little bit about the defense. But other than that, you know what? Hey, we won.
It could have been 96 if New Orleans hadn't gotten you -4.
Yeah. So honestly, it's either way, it would have worked out in the end. So,
but yeah. So, congrats on the win in that league.
Thank you. You as well, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats. We got a good first week overall.
Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting when we play each other. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to sort of do.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an episode on when that matchup happens.
Yes, that's gonna be a special episode. Yeah, be a versus episode.
Yeah. So now I'm going to move on to my other 2 teams that I have, who again both had who again both had rough week 1s. So my first team is called Hands Please, and it's actually part of a league that I'm in with some former Rivers friends of mine, Rivers Day Camp friends of mine, which is exciting. So the Hands Please is kind of like a Rivers reference. We all made team names that like reference camp in some way or another. So, but yeah, my team My team had it was tough because I was leading going into like the Monday night games, but then good old Todd Gurley had 26 points against me on late Monday night, and that allowed my opponent to pull out a 189.66 to 179.66.
Yeah, he's a
victory. So I only lost by 10 points exactly.
Damn.
But I did get some really good performances.
Okay.
Drew Brees was my starting quarterback, and he had 59.06 points compared to projected 38.17.
Excuse me?
Well, his team put up 40 points.
Holy. What? Is that even possible?
Yes, apparently.
Jeez.
And then I actually had Michael Thomas, who's a receiver for New Orleans. He had 33.5 compared to 18.84 projected. Stephon Diggs of Minnesota had 13.6 compared to 15.01. Saquon Barkley making his first ever start, rookie running back for the Giants. He had 23.8 points compared to a 19.32 projected. Deion Lewis, former Patriot, now Tennessee Titan running back, had 21.5 compared to 12.09 projected. I had a tough spot in the tight end category. Greg Olsen, the tight end for Carolina, was projected to get 11.65, but actually got hurt midway through his game, so only racked me up 4.8. So that was too bad. Okay. But Michael Crabtree also went over his projection, 12.3, with the projected 11.57. I have Steven Gostowski, the Patriots kicker on my team. He had 11 points with a 12.2 projection. And then you want to talk about defenses. And now mine didn't have -4, but my LA Chargers defense had 0.1 points, had a projected 16.12. So they should be running some laps today. I hope you ran some extra laps because you cost me, Chargers. I don't like that.
No.
But yeah, tough break with Olsen going out. Could have racked me up some more points, and also the Chargers defense just sort of vastly underperforming. And like I said, I only lost by 10 points. So hopefully I can turn it around next week.
There you go.
And then my last league, I'm called Couch Sports Guy.
Oh, another couch reference.
Another couch reference. And actually, it's funny because this league is called the Nonsense Sports League, and it's actually based off of another sort of YouTube series called Nonsense Sports, who actually have seen our episodes and actually have contacted us about our episodes, trying to get some pointers and stuff like that. So I joined their fantasy league.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah, so in a way, I'm kind of representing both of us in this fantasy league.
Sweet.
But unfortunately, my team did not do fare well. In week one, my team fell 202.28 to 168.62. So tough break there. I had Tom Brady as my quarterback. He had 30.18 points as compared to 26.53 projected. Matt Ryan this is a two starting quarterback league, so I also had Matt Ryan, who had a 10.24 points as opposed to 23.88 projected. I had Allen Robinson, wide receiver, had 8.4 points as opposed to 11.25 projected. Big day, though, for Kenny Stills, a wide receiver for Miami. He had 26.9 points as opposed to a 10.86 projected. I also have Saquon Barkley in that league. He had 25.8 points in that league compared to a 20.34 projected. I also had Alex Collins as my other running back for Baltimore. I think you have him as well. He had 8 points in that league compared to an 18.15 projected. I had Gronk in this league, and he had 19.3 points compared to a 13.81.
That's not bad, man.
Projected. And then I had Jamal Williams, Green Bay running back. He had 7.9 points as opposed to 17.86 projected. And then Nelson Aguilar, who's a receiver for the Eagles, he had 10.1 as opposed to 12.23 projected. My kicker was Matt Prater. For Denver, he had 4 points as opposed to a 9.51 projected. And then New England defense, who had 13.8 points as opposed to an 18.55 projection.
That's not bad.
And then also, so this league is the one league that I'm in where we also draft defensive players as well as along with like full team defenses.
Really, this is interesting. Not sports. I gotta give you.
But I only had one of my defensive players who actually scored 8 points. That was Jermaine Whitehead. He's a safety for Green Bay. He got 4 points, but he wasn't projected to have any. So actually, that was pretty good deal right there. But still, unfortunately, could not come out on top. So, but again, like with my Rivers League team, there's always next week. It's only week 1 of the season. So now I want to turn it over to Kyle to sort of take a look at his other team that he has, and I know it was a bit of a rough week 1 in that league, but take us through it, Kyle.
That's okay. I'll take you through the good first. So what happened was I went up against actually my friend Max, who this is actually my 3rd year being in his league in this league where I'm with my friend Max, Derek, and a bunch of other people from around the area like Medford, Somerville, and so let's see. So 3rd year there, and actually 2nd year I think with the hard hitters with Robbie's league. Yes. So start off
the 2nd year in my league.
Yeah. So actually, start off. I'm going to go through the good. There were actually a number of good performances here. Russell. First
of all, what was the? Sorry to interrupt you, but first of all, what was the result?
So the overall score was 122.12 on my team, and then Max's team was 148.54.
Ooh, yeah. So 20+ point.
Yeah, he did a good job. His players, they knocked it out of the park. I think everyone got consistently good. You can still say knocked it out of the park.
That's baseball.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say it. I don't care. Anyways, so I'm looking at his defense, Minnesota. His kicker did incredible. He got 17 points. That's a lot for a kicker. Wow.
What was his projection?
So his overall projection was 135. So
no. For the
kicking,
kicker.
It was 11.85.
So wow! So he vastly went over his projections.
Yeah, he got himself a really solid kicker. I gotta give kudos to you on that. To that on you. Wait, kudos to. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, I can't talk tonight.
That's right. Neither can I.
So,
Must
pretty
be
much
the coffee ice cream.
I think it is. Yeah, it 100% is. So all his players. Oh man, they scored really well. They all had really consistently good scores. So. To start off on my end, Russell Wilson got 22 points with a projected score of 18. He did really well. Russell Wilson, he was my trusted quarterback. 3rd year in a row I've used him in this league, so boom. Yep, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Exactly. I was just thinking that, yeah. Pretty good.
And then Devontae Adams, who I think he was one of my first round picks. He was my first round pick.
You only have one first round pick in draft.
Yeah. And he actually, I think there's a lot of potential for him. The only thing is he is injured. Waiting to kind of hear back from him. He's on the questionable side of things right now. So, but he did really well. He actually was projected to win by 18, and he won 19 points. So he did pretty solid. Him and Wilson.
I know I'm doing this, but just ignore me.
That's okay. And then of course I got Gurley. So I mean that's self-explanatory. Projected 24, got 26 points. Boom. That's why he was my keeper this year. So yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Gurley.
Oh, no. In Gurley, we trust. Boom.
Unless you're playing against him, like I was, and
Then it gets really annoying. That's totally fair. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna have to play against him. I'm sure in our league too in the hard hitters. So that's gonna be fun.
No, it wasn't hard hitters. It was. Well, I mean,
eventually, I think someone has them.
Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah, someone's gonna.
Never mind. I didn't know where I was going with that.
No, it's okay. You're fine. And then, of course, I also want to give a nice shout-out to Demaryius Thomas, who he did pretty solid, too. I'm definitely keeping him there as the wide receiver. He's actually my flex, but predicted to win 14 points. He got 18, so nice. And, of course, Butker, he's my trusted kicker, got 9 points. That's pretty good for a kicker, so.
What was his projection?
9, like 9.7.
Oh wow, so pretty close. Yeah, right on par.
Yeah, he was consistent.
I'm talking on golf terms.
And and I got the Pittsburgh defense, and they did pretty good. They got 11 points, projected only to win 7. So, I gotta give credit to all those guys. And of course, last but not least, Kenyon Drake. He got 9 points, was projected to win a little more, 16. But you know what? 9 points. Good first start. I'll give it there. Okay, now we're gonna get to the fun part. So, Cooper. Let's see what we got here. Amari Cooper. Normally, I think he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he is a very good player.
Yeah, that's why I drafted him. Like, I'm picking you, man. But he only got 2.8 points.
Wow. It's okay.
So.
It's okay.
Yeah. And then of course. Tim Burton. I'm just kidding. Tim Burton. I'm sorry, I had to do that. Trey Burton. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Trey. He he's a pretty good tight end. Normally, it looks like he's usually in the 10 range. Only got 2.5. Trey, what's going on?
Tim Burton probably could have more points than him.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of that, speaking of movies and productions and everything, so. The punishment is, especially for the lowest scores, not for any of the higher scoring ones. They can do whatever they want, but the lower scoring ones, they're going to be in a state. First of all, they're going to do 100 push-ups, and they're also going to be in a stage production of Masters of the Universe. As we all know, or for those of you who have seen the movie, maybe those one or two of you who've seen the movie, it's literally one of the cheesiest movies of all time. So that means, let's see, Cooper and Burton, they're going to play the lead roles. So one of them's going to have to wear a nice blonde wig, wear this cheesy vest, have this really big fake-looking sword that they're going to be He-Man. And the other one's going to be Skeletor, who has this fake skeleton mask, and he has this really annoying voice, Skeletor. So they're going to have to do a stage production of that. So have fun, guys.
Woo!
That's what happens when you get low points. Stage production of Masters of the Universe.
Oh, sorry you lost, though.
It's okay.
Yeah, hopefully there is next week. It's only week 1. It's okay. We'll bounce back. I lost in 2 of my 3 leagues too. So you actually, if you look at among all of our teams combined, you actually did better than I did because you won 50% of your leagues, whereas I only won 33% of my leagues.
Oh, interesting.
If you really look at it like that, so.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, win's a win, a loss a loss. Max, you did a great job. I want to congratulate you on the win. So
to the 2 people that beat me, you guys also did great jobs.
Yeah, so
screw you, girly. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the end portion of our episode, our favorite portion, our monologues. I'm gonna go first, and I just want to send a shout out to my favorite team in all of professional sports, the Boston Red Sox, who for the 3rd year in a row clinched a playoff spot last night with a victory over Toronto.
Nice.
The Red Sox currently hold a 9-game lead in the American League East, so it's looking like they're going to get the division as well. But at least last night they were able to wrap up a wild card spot, so I was happy about that. So I want to say congratulations to the Sox on that, and obviously got some concerns about them heading in to the playoffs. The bullpen looks a bit shaky and all that, but so it's nice that there's going to be another year of October baseball in Boston this year. So go Sox!
Go Sox!
You got anything for us this week?
Anything sports-wise? I don't know. The well's really dry right now, based on sports.
Anything else on fantasy you could want to touch on, or?
Well, oh, hopefully I wish all the players that are gonna play on my team the best of luck for next week. I'm gonna go up against one of my other friends in the league, and in the Axum.
There you go.
I believe the Axum Rangers, and if, in the Legion of Doom. Who am I going up against in the Legion of Doom? Let's see. I'm gonna go up against. Let's see. So I went up against Marcos. Team Boss. Team Boss.
I'm not sure. I have to look. I don't know.
I guess we're gonna find out who the real boss is.
Oh, you know, actually, I think I might know. Hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry. All matchups.
Oh yeah, because you can figure out the name, right? Like the
Team Boss. Team Boss.
the balls.
Oh, Team Boss is my friend Davey.
Ah, Davey.
So
Davey.
good. So yeah, it's looking like a close matchup. It's literally 90. The projected score. Hello. The projected scores are Team Boss 98.43 and you 96.83. So you're like right there with them. But we'll see what.
All right.
We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, good luck to your teams in week 2, and also to my teams as well.
Good luck to you. Yeah, all 3 of them.
Yeah,
That's pretty
so
awesome.
Hopefully, I can get back to 500 in those other 2 leagues and remain undefeated as I go along in my league. So.
I mean, the first week's always kind of up and down, anyways. I figured because like everyone's kind of like getting back in the swing of things. So even like the players that did really well last year, sometimes I've noticed they struggle a little bit in the first.
They struggle out of the gate and they really pick it up. So still plenty of football left to be played. So not going to worry about it.
And Oktoberfest to drink. Boom.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to do it for this edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, he's Kyle. I'm Robbie, signing off from the couch. Until next time, we will see you on a Couch Talking Sports. Bye, everybody.
Got it.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Ready? And oh, let me mute.
Yeah.
Let me mute the Red Sox game.
Yeah.
Let me actually turn it off so I'm not distracted by it, as always.
Yeah. Stop being distracted. Hey,
Especially when driving.
What's that? Oh, yeah. So anyways, yeah, stop being distracted.